He'll fling it in, knocked down by Cameron Rowe, parceled loose by Nick Andrews, up to the right wing side for Chapani. Through center to Yaroslav Alexeyev, the left wing side. Here's Connor Senkin in, and the first big save of the night. It's Aiden Harper coming up with another one.
Like the Bucs trying to press to get out of the hole.
It's not quite what they had last year, where they had some insanely talented players up front. Martin Pospisil, Calgary draft pick. As I'll hold on as Chapani stepping in here for a chance, and he scores! Good thing I stopped myself as Matt Chapani says, bring on the Bears!
And here come the Bears, and here come the Bucs. Matt Chapani. Speaking of tight spaces and tight spots, he just kind of made a nice move on the dot, and then he whistled right short side and right high, and that's where they were shooting a lot last night, Benny.
Well, Chapani told me earlier in the season after he'd scored a few dandies short side high, he loved shooting there, and that's exactly where he went on Aiden Harper, and so exactly the start the Buccaneers were looking for, and now they've all made their way onto the ice to help with the cleanup. Of course, Teddy Bear Toss, a great annual event that the Bucs do, that hockey does around the country and around the globe. So I'll hand it over to Andy Hall here for a second to give us the goal call. So Chapani comes up big early with his 7th of the season, continuing to have a strong rookie campaign. He's in the top 10 rookies in the USHL right now, and just about everybody and their mother and their brother in the Buccaneer staff, minus me because I can't lead the broadcast, is out there right now helping out to get all the Bears taken up off of the ice. Of course, these Bears, although I see a duck, I see a couple dogs, some Dalmatians, so it's not just Bears, but it is known as the Teddy Bear Toss. All of these stuffed animals will be going to Broadlawn's Medical Services just down the road from us here, and that will be headed then to some kids in need this season. But it's a great event, but let's talk about what this does from a mental standpoint of the game. Momentum. We heard Coach Strand talk about it and how this building is filled with it. Will this take the decibel level down because you don't have that continuity after a goal is scored like that for maybe to double or triple up quickly? He'll go to the high slot. Ellis tries to launch it back in front. Sam Stang intervenes, and here come the Musketeers the other way. Josh Nixon, who has great speed, drops it high slot. Stang a drive and a save made by Rowe.
Good low hard shot, good save.
Lobel's there to get a poke check in on the right circle. Goes back to the right point for Gucciardi with 9 to play in the power play as a shot goes through and deflects off Andrews and wide of the net. Back to the point. One-timer Gucciardi. Good save. Cameron Rowe, no rebound. So you're saying that there are some okay athletes in the Nevers family?
Just okay when you play professional ball and get drafted in baseball and play Division I college hockey after the end of a career. At 26.
Mason was a high school baseball player at that for Edina. Ended up going with hockey, as now the Musketeers catch us in the middle of conversation and score. It's Ian Malcolmson with a one-timer from the right circle, and it's 1-1.
And I'm not so sure that puck wasn't redirected. It hit traffic in front, changed the directions on Rowe. He was set for that shot, and by his reaction, it seemed to have just changed directions a little bit.
He'll stammer it back up the wall. Roy's got it north of the blue line. Roy connects with Warner, who slashes through to the left circle. Centers for Nevers. An outlet pass. Here's a shot to the net from Lidke, and a great save by Harper. Roy, right-hand corner. As his head up, goes to the left corner for Strata. Strata looking in front, works it behind the net, then finds Roy in front, and Harper with a great save. All the way forward goes Lidke to Strata. Buccaneer Arena getting behind these Bucs here, looking to try and end this 6-game losing streak. Pap is out there looking okay. He'll load up on the right wing wall. To the right circle for Alexeyev. Back for Pap up top. He'll go back down to the right circle. Alexeyev shooting, scores! A rocket from Alexeyev on the power play. Des Moines has the lead.
Well, how appropriate that Christoph Papp, who came back from a potential head injury to join that power play, will get the helper on an absolute laser by Yaroslav Alexeyev, who went far side of the goal from the far side of the rink. A power play sizzler.
Now here's Lovell, journeying up the left wall. Leaves it back for Roy. Trouble at the line. Short-handed rush the other way. Antonucci to tie the game. Great save. Rowe on the blocker. The Bucks get one, and now they're going to try to go back to work on this third power play. 33 seconds remaining in the minor to Belov. Here's Strata. Left circle, he'll go below the goal line. Navigates over. Feeds it in front. Goes through the skates of Roy to the point. Lidke's out there, not looking any worse for the wearer. Here's Chapani. He scores! Second of the night, and it's 3-1.
Wonderful puck movement there by the Des Moines Buccaneers. They had the puck down deep. Joey Strata made a depth pass out, a little 5-footer that got all the way out to the point. Lidke had a look, took a traffic check, fit it over to the flying Frenchman. He goes short side and high. That was tethered.
He centered it in front. Nieuwendyk was there and alone, but a nice deflection. It might have been Rowe that put the paddle down.
It was Rowe got the paddle on Nieuwendyk, who may have tucked that one.
Antonelli helps it out to center. Time for Harry Roy. Trying to turn Vidoli. Here's Roy. Great save on the pad by Harper. Horizontal pass bounces off of Mata's stick to Sankin. Sankin veered over to Andrews near wall. Launched ahead. Deflected forward by Warner. Knocked down at the line by Passon and taken back ahead to Strata. 2-on-1. Saucer pass right circle. Chapani scores! Here come the Hats. It's 4-1. And there they come. It took a while. They wanted to be sure.
Well, they were looking for leftover teddy bears first, Benny, but now Buccaneer fans are throwing hats on the ice, and why not? What an absolute snipe on an absolute great transition by the Bucks. Tommy Passanen got caught in the neutral zone on a step-up, which is what the Muskies are going to do.
Anyway, back we come. Sioux City in front. It's Malcolmson. Rowe makes the stop. Jimenez right corner. 25 gone on the power play. Up top for Vidoli, steps right into the high slot, and blast, and Rowe with a split save and a beauty. Shot coming, goes wide from Vidoli. Andrews is without a stick at the net front, so it's a pseudo 5-on-3 here with 4 bodies, but one without a stick. Roy will give his defenseman Andrews a stick. He's using a right-handed shooting stick as a lefty. Here's a shot from the right circle, it's staying, they score. Well, no stick, and that means the passing lane from dot to dot opens up, and that's exactly what allowed for Stang to tick at the top corner, and Sioux City has life here in the third. He's going to add immense depth to this lineup, and he's already done that and has a goal to boot, which came last weekend.
I like it.
13:38 remaining here in regulation. Bucks up 4-2. Muskies have the most recent goal, but back it is Andrews with the bomb. He scores!
Not so sure Andrews is going to get credit for that goal if Strata's going to get it. It seemed to have changed directions, but there's no disputing that it's 5-2 Buccaneers now, and how apropos that Andrews started that play and conceivably ended it with an absolute bomb from the point.
So Joey Strata with his second assist of the night. It's got him up at 22 points now. He now has the team lead in that category, surpassing Alex Laferriere. The Bucks aren't done yet. Here's Alexeyev. He scores!
Well, the sounds you're hearing here in the corners of Hickman Road and what's the crossroad?
72nd.
72nd and Hickman is a jovial Buccaneer arena because the cap just came off this place. An absolute laser move by the Russian, his second of the night, Alexeyev.
New goaltender, Harper's night is over. And now Nixon and Payne are going at it. And we've been waiting to see if Fred Payne will drop the mitts. He's ready to do it. The gloves are off, and the officials come in once more to break it up. And now Alberg is going after Blanchard at center, and they're going to go. Alberg and Blanchard are fighting in front of the Sioux City bench. Alberg's helmet's off. Blanchard throws a right and takes Alberg to the ground. Well, a season ago, we saw a line brawl here at Buccaneer Arena. That wasn't quite that, but we did have a pair of them go. And I think Alberg's jersey might have torn, which means I bet you that's going to go for even more in the post-game auction after the game. In comes Nixon. He's pasted by Gaidamirov. Payne out to center. And so a tandem of bruising blue liners to kill the remaining 4 seconds of this power play, but in marches Duran to his backhand. Rose says no on the doorstep. Active Adoli, left circle. He'll prance to the slot, opens up. Good toe drag. A shot that's deflected off the skate of Malkinson back behind the net. 1 minute to go. Centering feed. Here's a shot and a wonderful save by Cameron Rowe. Absolutely robbing Joel Mata. Swerve down behind the net of Sioux City. The wrap found by Roy. Couldn't get it to the empty net though, and so back comes Sioux City. 5 seconds to go here, and it's finally over. Ding dong, the Wicked Witch is dead. The Bucks have ended a 6-game losing streak, and they get a huge 6-2 win to end the homestand of 2019.
And a standing ovation to boot.
And one that they earned. No questions about it.